This time last year, Montana was getting hit with one of the worst winter storms on record, especially on the High Line. 80-mile-per-hour winds and 6-foot snowdrifts left families stranded. Governor Steve Bullock issued a state of emergency for the Browning area so that families could get the much-needed essentials to survive the winter season.
It's a tough place to live, but when you grow up here, you're used to it.
And shortly after, Montana was met again with the forces of nature battling fires and flooding. The people of the small town of Sun River were evacuated after floodwaters forced its way into their homes, causing thousands of dollars in damages.
Let's get everything upstairs that's small that we can take upstairs on the second floor. Then we start taking things out in the garage and stacking them up high on the benches, and I'll get all the beds covered with things, hoping it doesn't get up into that high.
And the Howe Ridge fire wreaked havoc on one of Montana's main attractions, Glacier National Park, burning almost 15,000 acres and leaving many traveling to the Treasure State in disbelief.
We've been planning this since February. March we started making reservations. And we were so disappointed to find out about the fires here.
Moving now to July 5th, when President Donald Trump made his historic trip right here to the Electric City. But he wasn't done yet. That trip was followed by 2 more visits to Billings and to Missoula. The search continued for missing Montana women Tammy Goff and Ashley Loring Heavy Runner. Tammy and her dog were first reported missing on July 13th in Great Falls. Later that day, the dog Sadie was found just outside of town. Officials are still looking for Tammy and her black Chevy Colorado. Meanwhile, after almost 2 years of searching for Ashley, her sister Kimberly turned to D.C. to bring awareness about missing and murdered Indigenous women here in Montana. Just after she spoke in front of Congress, a body was found on the Blackfeet Reservation. The FBI says it's too early in the investigation to tell whether or not the body is Ashley. It was a busy election season here in central Montana. The sheriff's race here in Cascade County was one for the books, with former Sheriff Bob Edwards losing in the primary to who would go on and win the sheriff's race in the general election, Jesse Slaughter. According to clerk and recorders from all over the state, the 2018 general election was one of the biggest voter turnouts they've ever seen. And just 2 weeks ago, the government entered a partial shutdown after Congress and the president were unable to come to an agreement over the border wall. Some state funding and programs have been affected, though most Montanans have stepped up to the plate to keep things running as normal. Can't wait to see what 2019 has in store for the Treasure State. Reporting in Great Falls, I'm Tavares Haywood for Montana Right Now.